So, the other day when I was biking home from work, this happened. The oncoming biker is shouting "Ingen blinklampa." Which means no blinking lights. Well, I know the opinions on blinking lights on bikes are numerous and also quite strong. So just let me explain my light setup and why I'm using blinking lights. As you can see here, I'm using two sets of lights. This here is a cheap battery-powered light that I usually have in blinking mode. And the other one is a Relight RL770, which is a pretty neat system with a frictionless induction dynamo. I will tell you a little bit more about this later on. So, but anyways, the question of course is, why do I use this setup with the blinking light and the constant light, both in the front and in the back of the bike? Well, studies have actually shown that blinking lights are much easier to spot and grab the attention of the human eye. This is also why I like to call this lamp the attention seeker. You need to keep in mind, I'm in Stockholm, and in Sweden, cars are required to drive with the headlights on even during the day. In the city, there are many cars, bikers, as well as the usual city lights, and they're creating kind of an information overload, if you will, for the human eye. And from experience as a car driver myself, I can say, especially when it's a bit rainy, or if it's twilight or something like this, a cyclist with a tiny lamp can easily vanish in this, soup of light, I like to call it. So therefore I'm using a flashing light, which is grabbing the attention of motorists and pedestrians as well. I'm using a low-powered battery light, which wasn't too expensive. It's basically so I'm not blinding any oncoming drivers or cyclists, and I don't want to overpower the constant position light, as I like to call it. And this brings us also to the biggest criticism for flashing lights. The same studies that have shown that the blinking lights are much easier to spot also suggest that blinking lights make it much harder to judge distance and speeds on these lights, which totally makes sense for me. I can totally understand that. I can totally relate to that. Therefore, I'm combining the flashing attention seeker with the constant position light, which also lights up the roadway in front of me. And I have this light on both day and night, and I really can't switch it off. And I feel that generally it improves my visibility. And when I bought the bike and set it up, I really had the requirement for myself to have a constant light when I'm biking, and I didn't want to use battery-powered lights for sustainability reasons and also practical reasons, because you might forget them, or you go out and you don't want to take them with you. So I wanted, fixed lamps on the bike. And I was actually very happy to find this Relight RL770. Relight, I think, is a Danish brand, and they're producing bike lights that are powered through induction. The beauty of the induction dynamos is that they work frictionless and virtually do not slow you down, or you have hub or especially like bottle dynamos. And I remember when I was a kid and put the bottle dynamo on the side of my tire, it was like suddenly I was in deep sand or mud or something. It was really extremely tough. It was impossible to bike with the bike after that. Anyways, the Relight RL770, as I said, 100% frictionless induction power. I have the dynamo here. Let me show you. It's here on the seat stay, the little black box there. And I know the cable isn't really pretty there, I have to fix that a bit. It was just you know, to get it quickly on. Didn't have the right tools to shorten it at that time, or at least not with me at the down here in the cellar. Yeah, and it's quite nice. You know, you have the dynamo there, and you have here you have magnets in the spokes, so they are actually you know, creating the inductive current that then powers the lights. So that's really, really nice. It's 100% without batteries, which is really, really good, you know, for environmental reasons and so on. And the lights are permanently on. They're permanently mounted. I always have them with me. It's always on when I ride, and the backlight also actually has a reserve, so it stays on when I stop at the lights, which also increases, of course, my safety. All in all, I'm quite happy with this product, and I can really highly recommend it. Yeah, that's it basically. I mean, again, to summarize, basically, this is my light setup: a low, a battery-powered, not too powerful blinking light, and a constant light with the induction dynamo. The big blinking light is the attention seeker that makes me easy to spot, and the constant light is my position light, which makes it easy for drivers to judge my distance and my speed. Yeah, that's basically all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know what you think about this setup. Do you think, you know, does it make sense? Do you have any suggestions or opinions on it? I know, as I said, there's a lot of opinions on the blinking light issue. And well, then just, you know, leave a comment in the comment section below. And of course, please consider subscribing to my channel. That's all. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.